episode 6 of Grotesquerie, okay? It starts out at the hospital, okay? The doctor stated the obvious about the creepy old lady saying that that wasn't her baby. Lois responds that that isn't surprising and said that the lady is old as the hills. The doctor says it also wasn't the lady's blood. Lois then goes into the room and asks the woman her name. Her name is Macy DeBroses Montgomery. Macy asks where her baby is. Lois says that the baby is fine and that she needs to ask her some questions. Lois asks where Macy gave birth today. Macy had zero time and asks Lois when the fuck she was leaving. Macy says that it's a biblical miracle that she had a baby. Lois says there's no way she gave birth and finds it suspicious that several pregnant women were murdered the same day she claimed to have given birth. Macy keeps throwing around the word glorious, which makes Lois suspicious, seeing that it's the name of one of her suspects. Macy says that this could all represent some sort of dream and that both Macy and the baby could represent Lois in said dream. Lois is gonna have Macy placed in a psych ward for a bit. Lois goes into the hallway to see her fellow detective, who tells her that Macy's real name is Moira, who was born in Greece. She says that when Lois busted Glorious McCall for human trafficking, Moira aka Macy was doing something similar, which was obtaining babies. Lois then goes to question the infamous Gloria McCall at a trailer park. Gloria seems to be a minister now. She's been expecting Lois. Gloria is aware that Lois met Macy. Gloria says that she was released from prison for being an informant for Interpol. She paints herself as more of a hero than a villain like Lois sees her. Lois asks her why she's trying to kill her. Glorious assures her that she's way off and that Lois should be thanking her for saving that baby from Macy. Lois's partner informs her that there are people with weapons outside of the trailer. He catches them and shoots them before they get to fire. Glorious reaches for her purse. Lois snatches it away. She finds Glorious's gun. Glorious tells Lois that she's being toyed with by a false prophet who wants to use her as a holy lamb. She says that Macy was one of Grotesquerie's congregants. Lois is back home. She gets a call from an unknown number where she only hears deep breathing. She says that she's not afraid of dying and that she will catch they motherfucking ass. She didn't say that. She goes to the kitchen sink. She sees flashes at the window, grabs her gun and runs outside. Girl, guess who was outside? It was Nurse Sexy Red. She said she couldn't wait to speak with Lois and had the nerve to bring vodka, as if Lois needs any more vodka. Lois lets her in and her nosy ass is going through Lois's paperwork. Nurse Sexy Red tells Lois that the two of them have another connection. She says she knew Marshall before. She went to one of his seminars on terror management. In this seminar, he said that we're always running a horror film in our heads. This film is always showing us death. He said that we tune out this horror film with anything that gives us a sense of permanence, like patriotism, procreation, art, etc. And says that's how we manage the terror. Nurse Sexy Red took the class again. You see, I knew she had a thing for Marshall. Girl, they went out for drinks and all. This is why I call her Sexy Red. I could sense that she was a thotty from the jump. Marshall confided in her about his guilt regarding Lois and Merritt. Bitch, Nurse Sexy Red invited Marshall to move to Britain with her. She was in love. Bitch, Lois held her hands, to comfort her. Nurse Sexy Red said that she thought that Lois would point a pistol at her. Well, girl, Lois tricked her ass and she picked up her gun and told Nurse Sexy Red that she better not ever see her near her husband again and to get the fuck out, and she even gave her ass a countdown. Lois visits Macy at the psych ward. Macy refers to Glorious as her savior. Lois wants to know who their boss is. Macy says he's a prophet of dissembling. Lois says she needs to find those babies. Macy says that he has plans beyond death for Lois. Lois gets a lead from Macy. She goes to this location with the SWAT team. Inside a warehouse are multiple women being held captive for their breast milk. Their milk being poured directly from their titties to the babies' mouths. Lois further investigates this warehouse where she finds multiple photographs of herself. There's also what looks like some sort of black tar. Then, out of nowhere, someone shows up behind her with a knife ready to slit her throat. Her, being the badass bitch that she is, grabs their arm and quickly turns to shoot they motherfucking ass. They're dead on the floor wearing a mask, okay? Lois removes the mask, but then the episode ends. Who is it? Okay, now I think this could be Father Charles. However, I do not think Father Charles is Grotesquerie. Okay, but I do think he could be connected somehow. But I don't think he is him. Alright? What do you think? Okay, this was wild. Alright? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it.